Okay, good morning. Today is Tuesday, February the 15th. Um by the time you are watching this video, we have already gone in and completed our ACAP bell ringer for 2/15/22. If you are not in school, you need to go to USA Test Prep, log in, and you will see where that assignment is available to you. All right, now that we are finished with USA Test Prep, I want you to log into Schoology. You're going to go to your English course, first period, or second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever class you're in. Okay, we are going to click on third 9 weeks. We're going to scroll down to week 7, February the 14th through the 19th. Today is Tuesday, February the 15th. All right, and we are going to go ahead and click on active and passive day 2. You are going to open assignment with Cami. All right. So yesterday we highlighted these notes. Now, similar to what I did last week, I have incorporated the notes on each assignment page. So your highlighting and all is still there on the assignment that you did yesterday. This is a completely new document, okay? But before we get started, I do want to go through and read over these objectives one more time, okay? Students should understand that in active voice verb construction, the subject is the one doing the action, but in passive voice verb construction, the subject receives the action or has something done to him or her or it. Okay, we use the sentence. Carnivores eat meat, or the meat is eaten by carnivores. Okay. Passive voice verb construction is a verb phrase that consists of a be verb. What are the 5 be verbs? Am, were. Okay, am, is, are, was, were. This is very important to know. Okay. Be verbs are also called what kind of verbs? Linking verbs. Okay. All right. In most situations, active voice is preferred because it is more direct, less wordy, and less likely to be confusing. Passive voice is preferred when the person or thing doing the action is either unimportant or unknown, or when you want to shift the focus away from the doer of the action for rhetorical purposes. Okay. By the time we finish this in a few days, okay, you should be able to identify examples of active and passive voice. You should be able to change a passive voice verb to active construction. We're doing this today. Okay. You should be able to identify situations in which passive voice can and should be used. You should be able to choose the best verb voice, active or passive, active or passive for a given situation or context. Okay. Again, the questions come from the novel The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. All right. So day 2, I want you to go ahead and get your highlighter ready. All right, so we're going to go to markup, and it's easier to use the box highlighter. Okay? All right. Box highlighter. Now, we are, it looks like, focusing on the passive voice verb construction. Okay? So, this is what I need for you to make sure that you realize. Passive voice, all right, consists of a be verb and a past participle verb, usually ending in ed or en. All right. So again, very similar to what we did yesterday. Okay. I am going to have you change the directions a little bit. We are going to first identify prepositional phrases and mark them out. Yes. Okay. Then we are going to highlight our subject and circle our verb. Yeah. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look at number one. Meat is eaten by carnivores. Okay. What is my prepositional phrase here? Prepositional phrase. By carnivores. So I'm just going to mark this out. Okay. Now, I want to go to my highlighter again and I want to highlight the subject of my sentence. What is this sentence about? Meat. Meat is the subject. Okay. Now, what is my verb or verb phrase? Is eaten. Okay. The way this is written right now, this is my subject. Do I have a linking verb here? Am, is, are, was, were. Do I have a linking verb here? Yes. Is. Okay. Now, does my verb end in ed or en? Yes. So this is how we know for a fact that this is a passive verb. Okay. Now, what we have to do here on this particular exercise is we have to change this sentence from passive to active. Okay. That means that we have to figure out who can actually eat the meat. Okay. All right. So, how would I swap this sentence and make it active? No. The person eating the meat has to come at the beginning of the sentence. All right. Carnivores eat meat. All right. Carnivores eat meat. Now we're going to take this sentence and we're going to highlight the subject of it. Okay. So now what is the subject of carnivores eat meat? The subject, noun or a pronoun? Carnivores. Okay. This is my subject now. All right. What is my verb? Eat. This is an action verb. Okay. So I'm going to label my subject and I'm going to label my action verb. Carnivores eat who or carnivores eat what? Meat. So what would meat be in this sentence? No. Carnivores eat who or carnivores eat what? DO. What does DO stand for? Direct object. Okay. In the way that this sentence right here, carnivores eat meat is written, carnivores is your subject. They are capable of actually doing something. They are eating the meat. So the subject is doing the action. Okay? Therefore, this sentence right here is written in the active voice. All right, now I want to look at number 2. Okay, I want to look at number 2. Number 2 says zookeepers were attacked by an escaped bear. Okay? Were attacked is my verb phrase, right? All right. By an escaped bear is a prepositional phrase. We have got to turn the action of this sentence around to the bear. What did the bear do? So, how could I rewrite this sentence to make the action be on the bear? The bear escaped the zoo. All right, so this first part of this sentence right here is passive. When I rewrote my sentence, I made it active. All right, and that would mean that my subject here is bear. Okay. But in the passive sentence, my subject is zookeepers. All right. Now, I want to look at my active sentence here where it says the bear escaped the zoo. The bear escaped who, or the bear escaped what? All right, so zoo is a what? It is a direct object. All right, it is a direct object. Now, let me ask you this. A direct object will always be what part of speech? Okay. A do will always be a noun or pronoun. All right, what is my verb in the bear escaped the zoo? What is my verb in the bear escaped the zoo? Escaped. And is it an action verb, linking verb, or helping verb? It is action. It actually tells us what the bear did. Okay, action verb. All right, now let's look at number 3. All right, let's look at number 3. The first research project will be presented by Jane. All right, first in research are adjectives describing what? Project. Okay, so what is my actual subject in number 3? Project. Okay, project. Now I'm going to label first and research as adjectives. Okay, what is my verb phrase in number 3? Will be presented. Okay, does this have a be verb? Yes, be. Does it end in ed or en? Yes. Okay. Now, I need to change this to make Jane be the doer in the sentence. Okay, I need Jane to perform the action. How can I rewrite this sentence to make Jane be the doer?
Jane was presenting her or his project.
Or how about just Jane presented the project? All right, Jane presented the project. Okay. Jane presented the project. Now, what is my subject in Jane presented the project?
Project.
Jane, my subject. Okay, the subject of a sentence always has to be a noun or a pronoun. All right, what did Jane do? Jane presented. Okay, so I'm going to circle this. Jane presented who or Jane presented what? Project. So what is the word project? What does it function as? A direct object. And again, a direct object will always be what part of speech? A noun or a pronoun. Okay. Jane presented the project is written in the active voice or in the passive voice? Active. Good. Okay. All right. Mistakes were made. What is the subject in this sentence? This one is going to be a little bit more difficult. Okay. What is the subject here? Mistakes. All right. What is my verb phrase? Were made. Do I have a linking verb? Do I have a linking verb? Am, is, are, was, were. What is the linking verb? Were made. Now, this does not end in ed or en, but it ends in de, and it is still a linking verb with a participle. Okay, so this is still written in the passive voice. Now, we don't know who made mistakes, so we have to kind of fill that in for ourselves. Okay, so there's two ways that we could do this. Okay, you could say Jane made a mistake. Say we made a mistake. Okay, you just have to put a person in there to make the mistake. Okay, now I want to know this. In Jane made a mistake, who is the subject or what is the subject? Jane. So I want to highlight Jane. What did Jane do? She made. Okay, that made is my action verb. Jane made who or Jane made what? All right, so made a mistake. What does mistake function as? A direct object, so D-O. Now, is this sentence written in the active voice or passive voice? Active. Okay, Jane made a mistake is active. All right, how are we doing so far? I'm more concerned with, do you understand what we're doing? I did. Okay, I like what I'm hearing. All right, so let's see what this says. It says, now try it the other way around. Rewrite these example sentences from The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer to change the underlined active verb into a passive verb. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to underline or highlight the subject, identify our verb, all of that good stuff. Okay, this is written in the active voice and we have to make it passive. Okay, all right. So what is the subject of this sentence in number 5? He felt a breeze as the door opened. He, good. What did he do? Felt. Okay, so I'm going to circle my verb. He felt a who or felt a what? A breeze. So breeze would be my what? Yes, direct object. Good. Okay. And again, a direct object has to be what part of speech? A noun or a pronoun, okay? So he felt a breeze as the door opened. I need to take the action off of he, okay? And put it onto the door. So how could I rewrite this sentence? I need to put it actually on the breeze. A breeze was felt. A breeze was felt by him. I heard somebody say it as the door opened. Good. Okay, so a breeze was felt by him as the door opened. Now, all right, now what is the subject of this sentence? What is the subject? Who is the sentence about? Breeze. I took the action off of the person and I put it on a breeze. Like a breeze can't really do anything without someone forcing it or helping it, okay? What is my linking verb here? Or verb phrase? Was felt. Okay? All right, let's look at number 6. I found this place years ago when I first started working for El Patron. I is the subject. Good. What's my verb? Found. Found who or found what? Hey, I need y'all to sit. I know that this is difficult. Zoe, sit up. All right. Found who or found what? Found what? Okay. You do need this. Okay. D-O. And you need this because you need to write in the active voice. Okay. And you can't write in the active voice unless you are aware of what active voice is. Okay. All right. So I've got to take and reword this. Take a second and read it and tell me how you think I could reword it to make it passive. The subject is going to be place. It's not, I found this place, but this place was. This place was found by me. All right, this place was found by me, okay? This place was found by me, or I found this place, okay? I have made this sentence passive by swapping. The place can't do anything, okay? It's not a person or a place, or it's not a person or a thing, or an animal. Yeah, like that might be the first, some of these words we can leave out, okay? All right, they spent the rest of the day exploring. All right. The rest of the day was spent. The rest of the day was spent exploring. Okay. The biggest thing is you've got to put in a linking verb there. Okay. Exploring by them. All right. Listen, we're going to stop right there. You made it to the end of this, but you are going to have to do some of these by yourself. Okay. You are going to have to do some of these by yourself as we advance with this. Okay. We're not done, and like we have a few more days of going over this. But then once we finish this lesson, you're going to go back to that ACAT bell ringer and you're going to retake the bell ringer from yesterday that was on active and passive and see if we can improve those scores. Okay? We're about to read right now. All right. So what I need for you to do is turn in, submit. Turn in, submit. All right. Turn in, submit. Turn in, submit. All right, once you get that done, I want you to go ahead and open up the Giver book. Okay? And we have already read chapters 3 and 4. Okay? We are going to go ahead and we are going to read chapter 5 and 6 today. Now, we are going to listen to all of chapter 5 and 6 without pausing the audio, but then tomorrow we are going to go back and discuss chapter 5 and chapter 6 and complete your chapter response questions. So I need for you to make sure that you are paying attention. At this point, if you have submitted your active and passive, I want you to close your computer. Okay, I do not want anyone on a computer while we are reading. I do not want anyone on a computer while we are reading. So if you have finished and submitted your active and passive, your computer screen should be closed. And you are opening up your book to chapter 5. Grab one off of another table.